Connor Bedard is the best NHL prospect since Connor McDavid. He got exceptional status to play in the WHL as a 15-year-old, and in just 15 games he put up 12 goals and 28 points, leading the Regina Pats in points, despite playing just 62.5% of the season, and leading the league in points per game among skaters playing in more than half the season with 1.867. Then, as a 16-year-old in what should be his rookie season, aka his draft minus 1 year, Bedard put up 51 goals and an even 100 points in just 62 games, once again leading his team in points and finishing 4th in the entire league. He is currently playing in the 2022 World Juniors, so I thought it would be a good time to see which NHL teams are in the most need of his services. I think that since he's the best prospect since McDavid, we should look at the teams that have fared the worst since McDavid's rookie season. Since 2015-2016, there are just 11 teams that have missed the playoffs 4 or more times, so I figured that those teams would be a good place to start. Those are the franchises whose fans have suffered the most since the last generational player was available in the draft. Those 11 teams are the Sens, Canucks, Kings, Coyotes, Ducks, Sabres, Canadiens, Blackhawks, Flyers, Devils, and Red Wings. To see what fans have suffered the most, I thought the next best place to start whittling them down was Stanley Cup success in the past decade. The Chicago Blackhawks won cups in 2013 and 2015, and the Los Angeles Kings won a cup in 2014. I think rightfully so, both teams are therefore not as in need of Bedard as the remaining 9 teams. The next place I figured I would whittle teams down was previous draft lottery success. Some of these teams that have done poorly in the past 7 years have already reaped their fair share of rewards in the form of first overall picks. I figured that the last 7 years is an appropriate timeline, and notably, the Devils won the lottery in 2017 and 2019, selecting Nico Hischier and Jack Hughes. The Sabres won in 2018 and 2021, selecting Rasmus Dahlin and Owen Power. And the Montreal Canadiens won in 2022, selecting Juraj Slafkovsky. That means no more New Jersey, Buffalo, or Montreal in the running. So now we are down to just 6 teams that need Bedard: Ottawa, Vancouver, Arizona, Anaheim, Philly, and Detroit. For the 4th round of ideas of how I can eliminate the most undeserving teams, I decided to rank the teams in terms of number of wins in the past 5 seasons. The worst was Detroit with 130, then Ottawa with 138, Arizona with 150, Anaheim with 156, and Vancouver with 165. Philly ends up being eliminated next, as they have had 170 wins in the past 5 seasons. After this, I thought I would go back and take out the team with the highest average draft picks of the past 3 years. I figured that the team with the highest recent 3 draft picks would have the better high-end prospect pool / young talent. Vancouver was surprisingly last, with an average pick of 45.3, selecting Lekkerimaki 15th in 2022, Klimovich 41st in 2021, and the other Elias Pettersson 80th in 2022. The next highest was Arizona, with an average selection of 7.7, selecting Cooley 3rd in 2022, Genther 9th in 2021, and Geekie 11th in 2022. In 3rd was the Anaheim Ducks with an average pick of 6.3, selecting McTavish 3rd in 2021, Drysdale 6th in 2020, and Mintyukov 10th in 2022. They are also safe. The final 2 teams are Detroit and Ottawa, which both had an average score draft pick of 6th overall as their highest in the past 3 years. Ottawa picked Stützle and Sanderson 3rd and 5th in 2020, and Boucher 10th in 2021. The Red Wings got to 6 by selecting Raymond 4th in 2020, Edvinsson 6th in 2021, and Casper 8th in 2022. So for tiebreaker, I thought I would see the 4th highest draft pick for each team in the past 3 years. For Ottawa, it was Ridley Greig, 28th overall in 2020, and for Detroit, it was Sebastian Cossa, going 15th overall in 2021. So that means it is Detroit who's eliminated. Now we are down to 4 teams: Ottawa, Vancouver, Arizona, and Anaheim. I thought that the teams that would deserve Bedard the most would have worse top-end players right now. Just because lottery picks and high draft picks doesn't mean that those picks actually hit, or that the teams don't have good players. I decided to use player rankings from JFresh on Twitter, which is a fan survey of the top 100 players in the NHL. Obviously, this is biased based on which teams have more fans and in better markets, but I figured it was a pretty good place for semi-legitimate player rankings. At least it's crowdsourced and thousands of people voted. I once again decided on which team has the best 3 players on average. Anaheim only had 1 player on the list, which was Trevor Zegras all the way down at 91st. the Coyotes only had 2 players on the list, Chychrun at 74th and Keller at 77th. The Senators had DeBrincat 29th, Chabot 45th, Tkachuk 65th, Giroux 95th, Stützle 97th, Batherson 98th, Norris 99th, and then the Canucks had Hughes 36th, Miller 43rd, Pettersson 53rd, and Horvat 96th. Since going in, I said I would average the top 3. Ottawa had an average top 3 of 46.3, and Vancouver had an average 3 of 44. That means that Vancouver was eliminated and our top 3 are Ottawa, Anaheim, and Arizona. I was originally going to then do the video on what the top 3 teams would look like with Bedard in their lineup as of next year, but I can't in good conscience keep Ottawa in the mix, as they barely made the cutoff for draft picks and top players, even having 7 in the top 100 when Anaheim and Arizona had just 1 and 2. With the trade for DeBrincat and the signing of Giroux, the Senators have clearly turned a corner and won't be in the mix for Bedard anyway unless there's a total meltdown. So I decided to just do the 2 teams that need Bedard the most, and they are the Ducks and the Coyotes. The Ducks just lost their franchise centerman Ryan Getzlaf this past season and might take a step back this coming year. They did sign John Klingberg to a 1-year contract, but he will likely be flipped at the deadline for assets. They also did not re-sign Sonny Milano, but did go out and sign Ryan Strome, who was previously with the Rangers. In 2 years, I could see a Ducks top 6 that looks like Bedard, Zegras, Terry, Henrique, McTavish, and Strome. I think that could be pretty fantastic, and would give the Anaheim fans a lot to cheer for. For the Coyotes, oh boy, where do I even begin? They have been a bottom feeder in the league for so long. Lost draft picks due to illegal scouting of players, their GM quit on them, and now they're moving into a literal college arena that only seats 5,000 fans. They also finished last in goals for this past year and could desperately use some offense. Connor Bedard would give the Oats fans a lot to cheer about. Their top 6 in 2 years would be mighty young, but it could be Keller, Bedard, Schmaltz, Geekie, Cooley, and Genther. To me, I think this is the team whose fans deserve Bedard the most. What do you guys think? I know this video was a bit all over the place, but it was fun and chaotic to make. I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, everyone.